That's it.
Just,
We are just going to do it.
we're just
How many
doing
times have we heard we should do it?
to, to not do
Too many to not do
it.
it. So, what should we talk about? Like, what should this be about?
This should be about doing a podcast.
Well, it's like we tell everybody if you don't just do it, it's never going to happen.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
I was not doing it. Everybody kept saying, you should do it, you should do it, you should do it, which is kind of how everything starts.
Yeah.
Oh, you should do this, you should do that, you should do this. And I guess my job nowadays is kind of telling people like how to do it.
Yeah.
And
You
then I
like,
realized like the way I'm teaching people how to do it, the way we're teaching people how to do it is actually how to do everything.
yeah.
Right? Isn't it what this kind of
It's
about?
so vague, but it's more like
But
learning
if
all
you
the
just wrote this
information.
down and wrote like I mean, that's why they trademarked it.
Just do it.
But
No, that's what it is. That's what it is.
that's why we trademarked Eat Your Plants Off because if it wasn't for eating the plants,
Well, we wouldn't be doing
we wouldn't be
anything.
doing anything. I guess that's how we got here.
Yeah.
So the first thing people are going to want to know probably is like, how did you guys get here? Well, I was born four scores. We got here with humor. We got here with humor. Okay, that's the first part of it. But maybe you should tell the story. Everybody's getting sick of hearing me
There's a
talk
lot
about
of
it.
story.
I'm gonna make this the first
I
one
don't even know where to start.
because this is about like
Oh, I'm
paralysis
not
analysis.
even ready. I need my water.
Oh,
There
here.
are a couple things you need. Oh, shit.
We're not even gonna stop. We're just gonna make this roll because
Mhm.
I'm putting this in to be like this is how we started. You got to just kind of do it.
Yeah,
What we're
that's
doing
the
right
thing
here is
behind it all.
we're just feeling it
You
out.
can read
Like
all the books, you can take classes, you can do this, you can do that.
you're never gonna be an expert until you start doing it.
Gotta do it.
So we're gonna
Yeah.
do it. If we fail, like let's just say this is our first one, like we're just doing this.
Yeah.
Who cares? We're gonna learn from it at least. I
Okay.
mean, I think we should get a table. I think we should get like headphones. I
Yeah.
want it to be cool. I want to be
And
like
mics, let's
mic
make it
check.
real.
You know how I am with a mic. Now
I
I'm on a
know.
bike. Now I'm doing all this
I need a
stuff.
little mixing board with
Who are
something
John and
to,
Stephanie? That's what people need to know. Who are John and
yeah,
Stephanie? We're the founders of Plantspiration,
yeah.
but that's not who we are
But we're
actually.
unplugging from the kitchen for today.
Well, we don't just live in the kitchen, but
No,
we teach
exactly.
people how
That's
to.
what most people,
Yeah, today
well, I
we.
mean, it started in the kitchen, brought us back to life, and now we're living it.
That's the truth, actually. It started in the kitchen. So, well, in 2000, was it 12?
Well,
13. It was in 2012 our daughter said she wanted to go vegan. So I have a picture of here. Hold on.
yeah. And then it was like, oh, okay. I mean, can't argue about the
Now, if I
amplifier.
was waiting to be perfect, I would have been like, we should get new pictures first.
Oh, we're
No,
gonna have to cut.
no, oh my gosh. Hey, lady, turn your camera around. Hey, could somebody
Everything's
please tell,
backwards.
yeah, could somebody tell her to do this? I didn't care about any of that stuff. Okay. I just started doing it. So this was me before, right? I'm not even dressed for this.
Girl,
I didn't even get ready for
I
this.
know, where's your Plantspiration shirt?
I didn't wake up like that today. And this was our family before.
Yeah, look at that.
You can't see it, or if you're just listening to this, it's the standard American family,
Mhm.
eating the standard American food, doing the standard American things, living
Mhm.
the standard American life, or like other countries' lives. Um, but we were riddled with standard American disease, like
Yeah.
sick, couldn't walk. I definitely never had a problem with talking, as you can tell, but couldn't walk. I mean, is this probably like go down a list of all the,
Oh,
that's our cat crunching on
hey.
Um, now I'm like, I should have done my hair. I should have looked good,
Well, I
but
know we're gonna go on a bike ride though.
yeah, I'm prepping for that. Um, I was facing double knee replacements. I had pancreatitis. I had been on blood pressure pills since 21. Osteoarthritis, arthritis, quadriarthritis, diverticulitis, gastrointestinal issues, of course, GERD. Like that just
Mm.
was like life. What isn't everybody on PPIs?
Yeah.
Um, what else?
A lot. I just had a ton of stomach problems.
That's kind of put it lightly. You said it like all nice, like I have a
Well,
little
that's
stomach
what,
problems.
yeah.
This guy was
There's no,
blowing mud
it's all the
since it,
typical commercials you see. It's either one way or the other. Either
The
plugged up
day I
or
met you, you were actually like,
I
I'll be
gotta
right
go to the
back.
bathroom.
I gotta blow mud. That's how it's, that is exactly how it went.
I didn't say that.
We met in like 1985. That's kind of,
Yeah.
anyway. So he was messed up all the way back then,
Yeah.
is how it started. And we just kind of thought that was normal.
Yeah. Well, that's all you see.
That's all we did. We just ate what we learned how to eat. We were doing what we were learning how to do. So when our daughter came home and said, "Hey, I want to go vegan," we were like, "Oh my God, this is ridiculous." Like I was so against it, but I supported it when,
Well,
the
yeah.
ethical
I
part,
mean,
she
the
was
animal
like,
part, yeah, definitely.
"What am I going to tell my kid? No, keep going along with this killing animals just to,
Yeah.
but I was concerned, like, is she going to survive? Literally, I was like, she's going to die because where are you going to get your calcium? Where are you going to get your
Exactly.
protein? How is this going to go?"
I gotta start buying special food.
That's all he kept thinking about was like, now I got to get the, and it's true. And
Well,
we did then just give her a hard
Pop-Tarts
time.
and no, I'm just
I gave her a hard time because that's what I learned to do is just
uh,
be like that. Like, what? This is ridiculous. How could
yeah.
you possibly keep this up? But I wanted to be supportive. I wanted to be, and in the end, I wanted to be supportive,
Yeah.
support my kids. So I was like, you know what? Fine, do your thing. But we
Mhm.
did joke about it. We mocked about it.
Mhm.
And then, you know, 6 months. What I did was I Googled like how long could you live without animal. I should Google it right now. It basically the movie Forks Over Knives came up, and I was like, you know what? Let me watch this. I don't know what this is. I've never seen these people in my life. And then now I talk to them. Anyway,
Yeah.
okay, I'm getting off track. So I Googled how long you could survive without eating animals, and I come across this movie Forks Over Knives, and I'm not
Mhm.
kidding you. I probably watched it for like maybe 2 minutes, and it was like talking about giving up cheese, and all of a sudden I felt like I had to give up my alcohol, and I was just like, I shut the laptop. I was like, hell no, like I'm not doing that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I did hear like she could survive. Like I just put it away. Like this will go.
All right.
This will be in the past.
We'll ride this fad out.
We'll ride it out. And meanwhile, our life was. Do we need to get you a chair? Because I'm not stopping now. Like this is just
You're
going to be it.
you're gonna have this stuff.
We'll
You
just
might need a bathroom break.
what?
Need a bike ride. What time?
Okay,
I'm
we're
not
going to
even
go on a
gonna
bike ride.
watch.
So,
I don't wear watches on Sunday.
so we're going through a tough time financially. We're going through all
Yeah.
these surgeries. I'm sick. I'm asking him things like, remember this? When I was like, could you put wheels on the stool so I could go around and clean the cabinets out? Because
I'm like, they do have little short mechanic scooters, school things. But you were being serious.
I was being
Yeah.
serious. I was like, could you get this so that I could be more mobile? I mean, and I'm 41 at the time. I'm not old at all. And I can't walk around. I've got a permanent handicap placard
Hmm.
on my car. It's just like, this is when I started really realizing why so many older people were in Walgreens because you can get like a banana in there and Band-Aids.
Yeah,
Like you
you
can
don't
get,
have to
you don't have to
walk
walk
very
all over
far.
the place. Everything is in there because it was a concern. So we were in really bad shape. There's no way we could do this again. It's so genuine. He's on his knees right now. Like I said, let's just see how the Zoom will look. Let's just see how this sounds. And
Heck yeah.
and then it just started flowing. So we're just gonna start going.
So we're gonna, yeah.
So anyway, we were falling apart like everybody else. And I kept going to the doctor every week and I was like, what's
Mhm.
wrong with me? What's wrong with me? And they were like, oh, try this, take this, try this. And I was like, I'm not going to take none of this shit. I'm just going to tell John, look it up, tell
Yeah.
me what it's going to cause, and should I take it? And every single
No.
time he would come back in with the pamphlet all undone.
I'm like, no, you shouldn't take
You shouldn't
this.
take this. And I was like, well, now what? Now I've got to go see another doctor and ask him, like, why I feel like my arms are falling off and I'm blowing mud and I can't lay down and my throat is on fire. And I
Mhm.
definitely think I had angina.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I was like, all this was going on.
Well, any pancreas attacks you get.
Oh my
Oh
gosh,
man.
those were the worst. They said it was like a heart attack, which I don't want to know, which is why which is why we did this.
Yeah.
Um, they were horrible attacks where I would like, I think pass out. They were so horrible.
Mhm.
Um, Well, what I didn't mention is it was also like 100 pounds ago.
Right.
It was vodka ago. It was so much ago that this was anyway.
It's a big change.
You were going into that surgery,
Yeah.
and it was a reconstructive surgery. I should let you talk.
Why?
It's
I
your
just fell.
life.
I slipped and fell somewhere and needed some surgeries. And then I came out and, well, I was out of it, but what she said was, well, it was supposed to be, probably like a 6 week recovery or or it could be 6 months when she came out. She was like, what happened? Now you go.
The doctor came out and she said, they take you in that little room and you've been waiting for hours.
Mm,
The worst of the worst is crossing your mind. We're already broke. I'm
mhm.
just like, if they come out and tell them that something goes wrong, it's just going to make it worse. We're not going to be able to work. I can't even walk around. I can't even stand up. I can't even leave the house. I'm blowing mud. You're blowing mud. It just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And she's like, guess what? It didn't go good. Like he's alive, thank goodness.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, I just have to
Yeah.
tell, nobody knows this. Nobody knows this part. Maybe I did talk about it in the last podcast. I don't remember, but in the waiting room, I started texting people who owed me money. Like I was like, remember when I lent you that money? I'm gonna need it. And I never thought that's true.
That's,
It was family members.
well, that's where I mean, geez, yeah. You were thinking, holy cow.
That's how it started.
Well, and things
So
did come out like that.
that's how it started.
You
So
had the
anyway,
feeling.
yeah, I had a feeling it wasn't going to go good. And then she came out and she said it was going to be a longer recovery. And then my life flashed before my eyes. I was like, I can't get a job. How are we going to do this? And it was in that moment, I was like, well, after I spiraled for a couple minutes and you came out, and I was just horrified by the whole ordeal.
Mhm.
Like now I got to go home and make dinner and I can't even walk around. So we were going to swing through and get McDonald's, which was seriously when it was only on special occasions of surgery. That was
Yeah.
a special
It was like,
occasion,
who wants to cook?
which we had surgery like it was 9 in the last 11 months. So we
Yeah.
literally went to McDonald's for probably the ninth time.
And
Get him home,
last,
he's all like
you're a
messed up from the
cast. Yeah.
surgery. He's all out of it. And what do I put on the TV? I was like, kids, everybody get down here. I mean, our family was not in good shape either.
Mhm.
And so we're gonna like hang out here tonight. We're gonna watch this movie called Forks Over Knives.
Mhm.
And after that,
Things change.
the next day,
Yeah.
literally the next day. I'll get ready for that episode. We'll just start right here.
Yeah.
But that's
No, it's good to
really,
get it down.
yeah, it's really how it started. So anyway, everybody says we should start a podcast on how we became a global nonprofit,
Hmm.
reaching and teaching people around the world how to prevent and reverse disease, lose weight, and feel great because we've got a planet on fire. We've got animals being slaughtered for no reason, and we've got people eating themselves to death. And I was on the other side saying, I don't care about any of that stuff. I just care about my vodka. I just care about my pot of coffee. And I just
Hmm.
care about getting on the phone and bitching about all things going wrong in the world. So we turn things around. And when we're not crushing it, we just thought we'd get unplugged and tell everybody what we're doing.
Heck yeah. Give them a little insight.
Yeah, how did we get here?
Just like that.
Are you ready to stand up?
I think you're going to have to check out that next step.
Yeah. So Plantspiration Unplugged. Should we just put that out there?
I think we might.
Okay, sit down for this.
Yeah,
It's just getting started.
I will.
How do you turn this off? This is your part. Like, this is it.